What were your general impressions of how everything went out there today? First time being back in this building since last year.
Obviously, a little different for all of us involved today, but I thought we got through it. Everybody was cooperative. Not having our fans is definitely a little different for everybody, but it's good. You can hear the chatter out there from our teammates. There's still some music and whatnot, and we treated it like a normal game today. It felt good. Things around the dressing room, obviously wearing our masks and whatnot, it's what we practice at the practice rink. So it's not much has changed from there, and I think the guys are very cooperative, and we got a good understanding today of what's going to be happening during the season.
How well do you think you've clicked so far with Mike Amadio and Trevor Moore? You've played with them for a bit now.
I played with them a little bit at the end of last year too. I thought, finishing the year off, we were good together. And then today in the scrimmage, especially, our line, Morsey and I talked about it, and, we're going to get a lot of chances off the forecheck, getting pucks out of our zone, but especially getting on the hunt when we get in the zone. And, we scored a couple like that today. The one on Quickie, we forechecked, and, we created a turnover, and it went to Mods, and then he scored. And then, we had another play. It was pinned in the corner. Again, another forecheck. We got in on it, hounded the puck, and then scored again. So, we know what our job is going to be during the season. We know what's expected of us, and, the chemistry is building. You just got to keep moving forward as a line and as a team.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, next up is Jim Fox.
Hey, Wags. Just wondering, main point of focus as far as improvement for your game coming into the season?
There's a few for me. I think I tried to work on my breakaways a bit more this summer. That's a big focal point for me. My shooting, I'm working on right now, and just picking one spot a day in practice, and just keep repetitively trying to hit that spot. My consistency, I think, is a big part of my game that's improving. Not just game to game, but shift to shift. But for me, it's moving my feet, like I said, and getting on the hunt is going to be a big part of my job. Before checking hard, and if I don't have the puck, pushing the D-men back on the other team, creating space for my line mates. There's a lot of situations for me that I need to work on, but it's coming along really well. I'm working hard. I'm focusing hard on it this year, and I want to get back to what I was before last season, where I was scoring and I was playing well.
Can you give us a little insight into 27?
Sort of wore the number growing up, more than junior. I like the number. I think it clicked. 51 is a great number for me too. I never had a complaint with it. It was just I never really got to choose my number. I never really thought anything into it. But 27 is my uncle's birthday, and a couple family members' birthdays. So it means something to me. But I'm just I'm fortunate that Marty let me switch to it, and he had no issues with it.
Thanks, Wags.
Okay, next up is Daryl Evans.
Hello there, young man. How do you think training camp has gone so far for you, and how different has it been from the ones in the past?
Obviously, with COVID and all the protocol, it's been a bit different for everybody, the whole team and staff and everybody in and around the arena, even the fans and whatnot, not getting the coverage that's normal. But for me personally, I think it's gone well. I was feeling good with Karts and Lizzo, and I was feeling good with them, and then I was playing left wing there, and I was still learning a bit. I never really played that much left wing last year or the year before, and then now I'm back on the right side, so it's again adjusting back to that right side. But I think it's getting better every day. My legs are feeling better every day, and for me, my hands don't have to feel the best all the time, but if I'm thinking well and moving my feet, and that's going to be what's effective for me. So again, like I said, the consistency is going to be there, and camp's a good time to get in shape and get the consistency going and get feeling good with my line mates and whatnot.
Do you have a preference on playing left or right side, and what are the advantages or disadvantages in both, let's say, the offensive or defensive zone?
They're completely different in my opinion. One, I'm taking a couple more passes on my backhand on the right side. In the zone, I end up facing back towards Dewey a bit more, or whoever's coming around the net as a D-man. So it makes that bump play a little bit easier, back through the seam underneath to that D, and even protecting the puck when the D's pinching. in the zone, driving wide. I got my backhand to my forehand, which is good for me. I think I can use that one hand on the stick and, keep my feet moving like an engine. And then, talking about the left side, it's a little bit different. When I was playing with Carts, he was helping me out a lot, trying to let me know to keep moving my feet up ice. That's definitely a different advantage of it. But, protecting the puck, I got a bit more of a reach having two hands on my stick there, so I'm always able to make a play. But, it's completely different in my opinion. But once I get in the offensive zone, you're kind of playing both wings. So with our line, Morsey, Mods, and I, we all know where we have to go on each position if anything happens. So we're all versatile on our line. We know how to play each spot.
All right, can I add one more there? Do you feel that this year you have a more of a defined role or expectation? Maybe where last year, the years before when you've come to camp, you kind of try to go out there and do everything. Do you feel now that you're a little bit more focused on certain parts of your game?
Not overly. I think at the end of the day, I just got to play hockey and play the way I do. For me, it's again moving my feet, forward checking hard, and trying to capitalize on the chances I get. I'm gonna get shots on net, but it's trying to put those pucks in the net and hitting the right spots, and trying to make it easier on my line mates too. For me, I don't know if I define my role a bit more, but I know what I have to do a bit more. I'm not going to be a guy that brings it into the blue line and stick handles down the wall and not moving my feet. I'm going to be a guy that drives the puck to the net or drives it down and then tries to make a play off of it. And then if I don't have the puck, again, creating space and whatnot. So there's a lot that goes into it. I think last year I was overthinking everything and overanalyzing, but this year I'm just coming in with an open mind and a work ethic that's, just getting better every day and, just trying to make my teammates and myself better every day.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks.
Okay, next up is Jack Harris.
Hey, Austin, what's the biggest difference playing in an empty arena like this, and kind of what are the things that you noticed today that might extend into the real games?
Maybe I think obviously not having the fans is gonna be a big one. You come down and the routine's a little bit different. You don't see people walking around everywhere, but we're gonna get used to that pretty quickly, and we don't really have a choice. But today it was good out there. I think they had the music going and all that, and it felt like a real game. It's obviously when we play Minnesota here, it's gonna be the same. So intensity is gonna be up, but obviously not having the noise of the fans is a little bit different. It's kind of an empty arena, but it's good. You can hear your teammates a lot easier, especially if it's sometimes it gets really loud in there, so you're yelling a lot more, and you can just talk in there and hear the communication, the chatter a little bit better.
And when you have a situation like today, and probably a lot of teams are going to go through it this year, where you have 5 guys all of a sudden unavailable. I mean, what is that like as a player this year, knowing that maybe on any given day the lineup could change, guys could be asked to do different roles? Do you have to prepare differently, or just approach the game differently, knowing that it's kind of a fluid situation at all times?
I think we have the taxi squad this year too, and we everybody that's in camp and everybody that's been around the team this year knows their role and knows what they have to do. So anybody can step in the lineup whenever they need to. Things are going to happen. We're prepared for it, and we were told to expect the unexpected, and sometimes that happens. So I think you just got to be ready to play anywhere, and just for me and anybody on the team, it's knowing what to do on those systems and the forecheck, and other than that, it's just playing the game and playing the way you need to.
Have you and Andreas raced yet?
Not yet, but in the future maybe. He's fit in really well, which is good. He's hasn't had an issue with any of the boys. He's a really good guy, and everybody likes talking to him. He's fit in perfectly with the team, and that's what we like to see.
It's good. Thanks. Good to see you.
Okay, and we're going to finish things up here with Nick Nixon.
Austin, good to see you. You answered one of my questions that was posed by Daryl earlier, but a question I have for you regarding penalty killing. Has there been any discussion about you maybe working yourself onto penalty killing units? Is that something the coaches have talked to you about? And earlier when you were a junior, did you do a lot of penalty killing?
Yeah, well, I'll start with the junior part. I never really played any power play in junior. I was fortunate to have a coach in John Paddock down there that was pretty realistic with me. He told me I was going to be a penalty killer if anything when I get up to the pro level. So I focused really hard on my penalty kill back then. As of right now, I'm not on it right now, but I'm working every day to learn the systems and keep focusing on them just in case, you know, you never know what happens. Like I said, expect the unexpected. So sometimes you never know, I could be thrown in there and I just got to know what I have to do. I'm just going to but for me, I'm just going to keep working hard and, you know, pushing everybody every day. And if I get the opportunity, I know what I have to do and I know what I'm going to do.
Obviously, you've got the speed that comes in all situations during games. But regarding penalty killing, is that more learning how to read plays for someone like you?
You know, already this year, I've been told by a couple guys I need to sometimes just slow it down a little bit and then speed up. So I'm working on that. What penalty kill, you know, it's a lot of system and in the zone, it's reading the play and you know, it's being in the spots. So I think for me, it's just, again, like I said, knowing the systems in games like today, you know, I didn't get a chance, but, you know, I'm watching the guys and watching what they're doing so I can learn. Because like I said, you never know when that opportunity might come. You know, something might happen to a guy or, you know, a guy might take a penalty and could be offsetting and then we end up going 5-on-4 and, you know, they need a guy. So you never know what happens. You just got to be ready for it and expect the unexpected. But I penalty killed in the past and, you know, I enjoy that part of the game. So, you know, if I get the chance, like I said, I'll be ready to go.